Hey besties, welcome back. Welcome back to Healing Her Hustle. Now, we got episode 5. Episode 4 was, we talked about returning to back, bouncing back. Now, episode 5, we talking about moving forward, unfollowing the rules and following your own power. So we outside today, y'all, and we might have to deal with little buggies, little critters, whoop the bam. Either way it goes, we making up our own rules, and today I decided we're going to be outside with it. So here we are. So unfollowing the rules and following your own power. In other words, bitch, we making our own rules around this motherfucker, okay? We're doing what we want to do, and nothing is stopping us, okay? But I'm going to elaborate by what I mean by that. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to throw that at you because, of course, like, I do what I want, you know, when I want, okay? But I'm going to elaborate on that. Y'all know I got my notepad down here, so if you see me looking down, that's exactly what's going on. I got to keep some order, otherwise I will just get to yapping. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok at The Realist if y'all want to just hear me yap and hang out with me. You know, all those good things. I just want to quickly remind y'all, because I think that sometimes we need this reminder that every single day is a fresh slate. Like, every single day is a brand new 24. And with that 24, you can do whatever, right? And we really don't have to harp on. Literally, just last night was the past. Yesterday was the past. Today, it's a new slate, okay? Which means today's mindset does not have to be yesterday's mindset. You can set the fucking tone, right? I think that in saying that, I mean just like something simple like, okay, yesterday you woke up to some terrible news, right? And I'm not going to negate anybody's feelings or reacting to life just kind of happening, right? But I am saying this to say that, okay, yesterday you are aware of something that you were not aware of today, right? If in being aware of that situation, you realize that you've done all that you can, or you cannot get upset over what you can't control now, but yesterday you harped over that, right? So I'm just saying, and today being a new day, it being a fresh day, you don't, like, you can set the tone. You can choose today, like, I think that I'm going to react a little better to this today, or I think that I'm going to, you know, handle this a little differently today. You could totally set the tone, or it could be a total blank canvas, like, you know what I mean? And I know that that takes time and it's easier said than done, but I am just letting you know that every day is a fresh start. We all get the same. We all get 24 hours in a day, and what you do with that is what you do with that, okay? With what you're doing with that, what if the structure that is placed for you, or the rules that have been set for you, kind of stem from a place of, like, childhood, you know what I mean? Things like that. Like, the rules that you have now are rules you created out of distrust, rules you created out of being treated a certain way, rules that you created because society tells you to, rules that, you know what I mean, you're expected of. So these rules, these rules, are they rules that you created? Are the rules that you live by every single day? And now I'm not talking about values, I'm not talking about morals, I'm talking about your rules, like the rules that you have for yourself. I'm gonna get into that also, like, because I want to give you examples of rules so that you don't get it misconstrued, because these rules is gonna cause the self-empowerment. All right, one of my rules, my new rules, is to switch my perspective from not being the lesson but the lesson learner. So, bitch, I'm the teacher, like, you know what I'm saying? So I take, well, this is just my new rule, y'all. This is my new rule. So we're gonna see how this works out for me, right? Because everything is trial and error. Life is trial and error. So I'm gonna see how these new rules work out for me, right? So not to say that I'm gonna play God, but I'm gonna play the game. So at the end of the day gotta end. I'm just kidding. No. But at the end of the day, for real, if the rules that you have been constantly playing by, you consistently end up questioning, why me? Like, you know how some people, they have the victors, like, and they're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? If your game that you've been playing and you keep ending up like, why me? Like, how come this keeps happening to me? Like, you kind of slide into that victim mentality. I'm not saying that it's not warranted for, you know, certain mistreatments and mishaps and disrespect and disregards and betrayal and things like that. No, it's totally you know, it's valid. But what I'm saying is, it's a simple switch of perspective. Like, if these games are not, I mean, if my rules are not working for me to win this game, I'm gonna have to learn the rules to the game. I'm gonna have to play a whole lot differently. The rules that I was using was not winning me the game. I was continuously being defeated. I was not winning the game. So I think we can change our perspective and make our own fucking rules to this game. Because you see that, not to say like to stoop to somebody's level, but you see that in them playing their own game, they get their own sort of wins. Not to, like I said, this is not changing your morals, your ethics, your core values. Matter of fact, if you don't know what those are, make sure you put a note in that. Change the perspective to make your own rules. Like, basically, you didn't hurt me. I was your wake-up call. You think that this don't even have to be, this can be in any sector of your life. Family, friends, co-workers. You think that you can continue to like do what you did to me. Bitch, I am your last motherfucking straw. That's just what it is. I know I'm motherfucking sent from above. I know I'm sent from above. So in me being sent from above and you actually getting a chance to have that authentic path, or that path that you probably have been longing for, or whatever the case may be, or that help that you needed, or that great employee, or that wonderful granddaughter, or that wonderful, you know, daughter, whatever the case may be, whatever it was that you probably really did need at that time, that God provided for you through this vessel, you in turn decided to play with it. Now, to me, I don't ever look back and wait on somebody's karma to happen. Like, I don't be watching around waiting on like karma to happen, or for somebody to get they just due, or anything like that. But what I have realized is, in moving very integral and being an integral person, and kind of in servicing people, and, you know, being obedient to my higher self, or my inner self and my heart, being obedient into that. I think that even though it has landed me places that I didn't want to land, at the end of the day, I was kind of doing what I was guided to do. And I think that that's what a lot of people, they're like, why would you help? Like, why would you help somebody? Why would you help this person? They're awful. They're woo. Okay, but I just am guided to help that person. You know what I'm saying? They're doing what they're guided to do. Now, if this person in turn scams them, messes them over, whatever the case may be, you have to understand at a certain point in time. Now, not everybody, but I feel like if you're watching this, then it's you too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's you too. So you are that person's wake-up call. You was the last motherfucker that they gonna do that shit to. Like, real deal. Or of storm that they finna have to walk out of, I don't even feel like they would want to do anybody else the way that they've constantly done you, and probably previous before you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and you can put this in any aspect of your life. Like, you can put this in, squeeze this, like, plug it in where it fits. But I'm just saying, you wasn't the failure, you were their lesson. You know what I mean? You was somebody's chance to grow. You was somebody's chance to evolve. it's not your burden. It's their growth moment, whether they take advantage of it or they don't. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But I just really feel like in kind of switching this perspective, y'all know I said that I wanted to play this game. Like, I want to play a game with the universe. You know what I mean? So I feel like in kind of switching this perspective, making this shift, change, and like in the way you see things, like mentally in that perspective, I feel like it's almost like you're shining a light on the true main character of the movie, which is you. And that's what I was saying when I meant when I was saying every single 24 is a blank slate, because you're the main character. Imagine being the main character with no script. You can do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? And in doing that, some people choose to be totally heinous people. Some people choose to be totally awful people. And all I'm telling you to do is shine a light on yourself and get a little selfish. Put more of you out there. Break more of those rules that are created out of fear, that are created out of probably like traumas or childhood, nurture versus nature. Like something that you were molded into. Like, kind of break that mold is all I'm saying to do. You don't need permission for anything, especially as a grown-ass adult. You don't need permission for anything. You don't need to live for anybody else. You don't need to wait on something or someone to give you the green light. You can just kind of do it. No matter how crazy you may feel the first time doing it, it's your first time breaking a rule. Imagine being like a child, like an 11-year-old, and you done hopped over a sign that said no trespassing. You done hopped over and you and your homeboys is back there skateboarding or whatever and doing y'all thing. It's just like that. Like, it feels like you're gonna get in trouble. Like, you feel like you can feel it. You just breaking the rules. You're trying something different. And I think that in that, you're shining a light on the main character that you probably have yet to even experience yet, that we have yet to experience yet. And y'all know that in talking to y'all, I am talking to me. Y'all are my besties. Y'all are my diary. And so this is literally just an unpacking in my brain of like, this is just how I be processing things. And so now I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, I am not going to follow any more like rules that I created out of nonsense, right? Like, I will explain myself to people who don't even need explaining. I'm not explaining myself anymore. That's a rule that I am now breaking, a rule that I am no longer following. I'm not explaining myself to you. I'm not explaining myself to you. Unless you are genuinely, and family don't mean nothing, hierarchy don't mean nothing, unless you are genuinely somebody that is present in my life that I care about explaining myself to. I'm not explaining myself to you. Walking in spaces like you belong there. Walking in new spaces like you belong there. Spaces that you never would have went otherwise, like you belong there. With the confidence knowing that you fucking belong there. You know what I mean? Even though other people don't feel like you belong there. Matter of fact, walking into the spaces. Period, point blank. Spaces that you probably would have never walked in previously. Breaking the rules of feeling like I gotta work 3 jobs, 2 jobs to be able to sustain. Like, that is a rule that I created myself. That's a rule that I created, that I have to work my ass off. I have to slave to sustain. That's a rule that I created that I'm now breaking. Breaking the rule of that I can only fit into one box. That there is only one version of Shari. And there is, honestly, I am so multifaceted. There's so many different versions of me. There's so many things that I can do. There's so many things that I like to try. There's so many things that I like to do. So, and and keeping her boxed up only for certain individuals, fuck that. That rule is getting broken, and y'all gonna see all of me. Y'all gonna get all of me. Do you get me what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get it, and so is anybody else who ends up crossing paths with me. Y'all gonna get all of me. So no more the rule of, okay, I'm around this certain caliber of people. I'm gonna be who I am. I'm either accepted or I'm not, right? That rule is getting broken. The rule of being what is expected of others. I've been broke the rule of having expectations for others, but being what others expect you to be, fuck that. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna be whoever the fuck I feel like being in that moment, in that time, that day, that hour, that week. I'm gonna be whatever. I'm gonna be who I expect me to be. I'm going to live up to my potential, what I expect me to live up to. Sorry, y'all, it's little kids coming through here. If y'all hear them yapping and things like that. That's another one. That's another rule that I created. If it don't feel good, it ain't right. So if it don't feel right to me, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking with it. It gotta feel good, like here in my stomach, like in my mind. Like it has to feel good in all those different areas in order for me to do it. In order for me to continue doing it. Like say it felt good at first. If it don't feel good no more, I'm not doing it. And who says that you gotta continue to do some shit that you don't like to do or that you don't feel good doing? I'm not doing it. That rule is getting broken also. Because I feel like in my head, I've created this like law of loyalty. So even when something doesn't feel good anymore, I kind of still want to fix it. I want to make it back to what it used to be. I want to start all over. That shit's dead. That rule is getting totally fucking broken. If it don't feel good, I'm not doing it. Period. I want y'all in the comments, or just in general, like you don't even have to write it in the comments. You can just do this for yourself as kind of like an assignment. Either 3 rules that you're breaking, that you've been kind of following that have not been working for you, or creating 3 new rules that you're following. That is kind of something new or brand new for you that you haven't done or haven't tried. So I think that that's all of episode 5, y'all. At the end of the day, we're not made to fit in. We're literally made to stand the fuck out. Like, if you're around me, if you're in this collective, if you're in this energy, we're not the norm. You know what I'm saying? You're not meant to fit in with everybody and everything. Everybody not gonna accept you. Everybody not gonna understand you. And that's everybody else's problem, not yours. Okay? Okay, y'all, episode 5. Unfollow the rules and follow your own power, okay? Thank y'all. Welcome back to Healing Her Hustle. And make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And engage with me. And come back if y'all want some more, okay? See y'all later. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok also. If you like what you see, make sure you engage, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.